Greetings, friends. It's Pat Hand back with another episode of Let's Talk Travel. And we are so glad that you have taken a few minutes to join us this evening. I think you will find it well worth your while. The entire month of January, we are featuring Destination Alaska. It is awesome. And we're pretty much covering it from every perspective during the course of the month. So you don't want to miss a single episode. Uh, I'm delighted that you've joined us, and I am very excited to welcome this evening our special guest, Javier Yataca. And Javier, you are filling some big shoes at Holland America, with your predecessor, Ashley, has moved along to other things. And what is your title now?
Thank you, Pat, for having me. My title with Holland America is Strategic Account Manager with Holland America. It's going to be March since I've joined the organization, but just under 19 years since I've been in the industry. So I've been with a couple of other cruise brands out there in my tenure.
Wow, very good. You would you like to just tell us a little bit about yourself and
Sure.
your
So,
history?
uh, sure. So, a Peruvian American. I was born in Peru, but we immigrated over to Miami in the early 80s, and I grew up in South Florida. After graduating from college, I found um uh, a cruise line, which I thought was going to be a temporary gig. I graduated with a communications degree, and it was going to be like my hold me over. So found Carnival Cruise Line in 2003 and joined them in their call center. Moved around internally, and as I was doing my research with about the company, the industry, they are the largest cruise player in the industry with all of their cruise brands under them, Holland America being one of them. I was with Carnival through 2017 and then
Oh,
joined another cruise line, Viking, from 2017 till 2020. Then obviously the world paused for COVID, and I was impacted with their restructure. And then it was actually perfect timing because we had a daughter during the COVID period. So our daughter was born May 1st, and instead of a 3 week maternity leave, turned into an 8 month maternity leave.
oh,
And in March of last year, I joined Holland America. Yeah, super happy to be here. I've known Ashley for years, being in the industry, and a lot of other fellow colleagues as well. It's been a fun ride, and looking forward to the future.
well, we are delighted to have you as part of the Holland America family now, and uh, as Ashley knows very well, and I'm not just saying this, but Holland America really is my personal favorite. When I cruise, if I could say, it's my job to go on all the different cruise lines. But given my choice, I love Holland America above all the other brands. It just feels like home to me. Love the food, the ambience, the mid-sized ships, the whole thing. So,
You know
uh,
it.
yeah. And I so missed cruising when things were shut down. I mean, uh, I was so excited to see ships beginning to sail again last summer.
Yes.
Can you tell us? I know Holland America is having some incredible ships up there in Alaska next summer. Can you kind of give us an overview of what ships are going to be sailing and where from next this coming summer?
Sure. So our season for the 22 Alaska season is going to start in May of this year, and we are coming in hot and heavy with 6 ships up in sailing Alaska, whether it's round trip Seattle, round trip Vancouver, or one way from Vancouver to Fairbanks or um, Whittier down to Vancouver. Obviously, we'll do our our cruise tour as well. So whether it's Denali National Park with the cruise or with the Yukon. But like the 6 ships, oh man, you're going to quiz me here. So it's Eurodam, Westerdam, the New Amsterdam, Zuiderdam, Koningsdam, a lot of these dam ships.
Yeah, a and it's a real mixture. You have some of your newest ships in the fleet and some of your smaller,
Yes.
older vessels, and, I'm going to say, Javier, I know everybody wants to get out on the new ships. Everybody is excited. Me too. I mean, I get it. I can't wait to inspect when you guys have a new ship out. I can't wait to get a chance to inspect it. Hopefully, that's going to happen again
Sure.
once we get past this pandemic to where we can actually do that. But I really developed an appreciation for those smaller, those older ships in the fleets. They're so well maintained and they just feel so welcoming. I love them.
Yeah, I mean that's really part of the whole variety with Holland America, right? So, the ships are your home away from home, so we're not crowded. It's mid-size. Our most intimate size ship is 1,400 passengers, and our largest is 2,600 passengers, right? So, it's a lot of new to brand, a lot of first-time cruisers when they're thinking of cruising, they immediately think of these massive cities on the water and packed to the brim and everything else. And obviously, I think we've become a little bit accustomed to social distance within the last year and a half, almost 2 years now. So, with Holland America, with our ships, we are designed for that extra space ratio that you'll find, and it's not super crowded. And for Alaska with us, I mean, we have some key distinctions. We have more permits over to the glacier access to, oh gosh, why am I going blank on the Glacier Bay National Park
Oh
area?
yeah.
Yep. We also dock into premier docking locations in Alaska, which is right in the downtown areas in certain ports, while others are porting a little bit further out. So we help try to minimize that whole social distancing and the crowdedness. But with HAL, we're not definitely not in the game of what they say butts in bed, right? It's quality over quantity.
And I love that. It's just such a nice feeling, the traditional experience, definitely that premium feel and
that
so forth.
that
Uh,
elevated service, absolutely. I mean, you've worked hard for your vacation dollars, and you want that extra pampering, that extra service, the staff and crew remembering your names, knowing what your likes and dislikes. So it's that up above touch of service that Holland America is so well known for.
I love that. How is the demand for Alaska shaping up for 2022?
Complete transparency right now, Pat. So it is January of 22 right now. Our first ship is going to be sailing in May in Alaska. We're a little soft, specifically for the round trip Seattle, round trip Vancouver. So if you are looking for value or looking to splurge on the suites and the higher balconies, those are great outlets where you're going to have an abundance of options. Where we are coming in tight ahead of 2019 capacity are the one ways from Whittier down to Vancouver or Vancouver up to Anchorage or Whittier. The cruise tours are filling up nicely, so you may see a little bit of pricing increase here and there, but you have a little bit of best of both worlds there for guests. So if you are planning for Alaska 22, this is probably the best year to plan for Holland America.
I love that. And Javier, I have a little video clip here that I want to play here just as we're getting out of the gate with this. Hang on
Sure.
just a second.
You did so great there, Pat.
I love that clip. I snagged it. I saw you guys had that one up there, and I thought, oh, this is a perfect little intro clip for us. It just, it, you know, uh, I mean, you see that, and you just want to go home and pack your bags, don't you?
Right. And the call to action on that too with our ultimate upgrade event that's running right now through February 28th. I don't know if you're gonna if you
Yeah,
have
we're gonna touch on
perfect,
special promotions, so
perfect.
we definitely want to bring that on because I agree that this is one of the best times to snag a great deal for your Alaska trip. Um, Now, one of the things that I always advise clients, and you said they're booking very well, is that land experience. That
Yes,
bucket list Alaska cruise really deserves to have. And I like the, the people that think different ways, but I really like to do the tour pre cruise and then do the southbound. For most of our clients because the cruise is more relaxing. You've got a lot of early mornings and things, so a little you're up early and more on schedule with the tour. So I love to do that. But I think Hal actually has uh, the best cruise tours in the industry, and that video clip kind of shows it. Why why is it? Do you think? Love to have your input. Why should cruisers plan to add that extra few days and add the land tour?
sure. No, I get this question all the time from new to cruisers, and those who've never experienced Alaska. Like, when's the best time to go to Alaska? Right, early in the season, middle of the season, or at the end of the season? Um, the answer is always the same. It's whenever you can take the most amount of time to experience Alaska. Cruise is just one portion, but the land is the other part. So going to Denali, combining that with the Yukon area, when you combine land and cruise, that is where you'll get the true Alaska experience. And for Holland America, we've been taking guests to Alaska for over 70 years. Actually, this is our 75th year visiting the great state of Alaska. So we have more experience time there than any other cruise brand. Behind me, that you can see in this image, is our McKinley Chalet Resort. This is over 600 acres for our guests to enjoy while they're up in Denali National Park. You could do one night up to 3 nights up here. Highly recommend to do the Denali portion and also the Yukon as well, and with cruise. And the secret sauce with our cruise portions that you have even more options. So a lot of guests, they don't realize, you know what? If I'm not much of a cruise person, I just want a little bit of a taste. You could do heavier land, 7 days land between Denali and Yukon, and then you could do 4 up to 3 days on cruise going into Glacier Bay National Park and catching a port or two. So you have that flexibility. Connecting with a travel advisor like yourself, Pat, and your team, you can really connect the dots, answer the questions to see what the guest is really looking for.
Exactly, and that is a key part always is matching, the experience to the client's expectations. I love I kind of think just because you've been to Alaska once, if you didn't get that cruise tour experience, uh, it's great to go in. I love your I think this is the D1 cruise itinerary. I think this one is fabulous for first timers who haven't been before.
Yes. Yep. Agreed. Agreed. You've got the cruise. You've got the Denali in here. So the air from Anchorage to Fairbanks, the deluxe motor coach that we'll have, and then the train to the McKinley Explorer. So yeah, love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. This is a great option.
And this includes so many experiences that just make it unforgettable. I know because I've done this, and the riverboat discovery,
That's right.
the tundra wilderness tour that takes you deep into Denali, uh, and of course, oh, we've got to say the rail that Denali Wilderness Explorer glass domed. You folks, you talk about that for your rest of your life. You just don't forget it.
Yep, and those are it's what life or travel is all about. Taking home those new memories and gaining those new experiences, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and if you've been to Alaska, if you've already been there and done that, or you think you have, I love to do this kind of as, or you have a couple of similar itineraries, but this has the longer land, like you were
Wonderland.
talking
Yep.
about. Um, and this brings it, one of my favorite parts of this trip, because we did this, is the fact that you come down into uh, into Skagway after you at the end of your tour. You come down the mountain on the White Rail Pass Railroad. So
Yes.
you get the rail going up to Fairbanks, and you do the Glass Dome trail. Then you do this rail. So rail lovers, this is a great one for you. But this the scenery on this White Rail Pass is unforgettable.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
just stunning. I loved that. And this would is a I think a great option if you've already been to Alaska, but you didn't do a tour. This
Right.
is a great option for that. And I just I can't say enough about these itineraries. Do you have a personal favorite, Javier? Do you?
So, in full transparency, the first time I went to Alaska was this past September on Holland America. So we just did cruise only, and my wow moment was when we were approaching or sailing inside Glacier Bay, and Marjorie Glacier, seeing it for the very first time. You know, it's funny. Early in the morning, you start seeing pieces of ice right out there, and as you get closer into Marjorie Glacier right there, you'll see the entire waterway just covered with pieces of ice. And it's so much that you could hear it crackling as you're sailing through Glacier Bay and Marjorie Glacier. And then, like, it still gives me goosebumps today, is going to the bow of the ship and hearing the park ranger giving some fun facts about the glacier and about the area and about the local tribe, Indians all in the Glacier Bay area. And when you do that spin around and enjoying that Dutch pea soup to keep you warm, you're like, pinch me. It's a great day to be alive right now.
It is. It's just amazing. And folks, for those of you who maybe haven't been, the ship moves into Glacier Bay. It's moving so slowly you can barely discern the movement, except when you're standing there and watching the. It's really you moving. It's not the land, and it takes you in there, and it just comes to a halt in there up there near the glaciers,
Yep,
and it does a 360-degree turn. So no
exactly.
matter where you are, you're going to see it all, and it's just it's incredible.
Yes.
It's cold. You do wanna have your jacket and your mittens on.
You layer, right? Because
Yeah,
you never know
you
what the
do.
weather's going to be like. Um,
Exactly.
but it was also interesting to see with the amount of permits that we have. We have more than the majority of the other brands in the industry. That we were closer in to the bay versus another brand that was behind us that was further out and couldn't get in as close as we did. So just some key distinctions, right? So in the wildlife, that's the other surprise, and this is the reason why you want a balcony or a suite when you're having your morning cup of joe sitting out there, and you'll find a pod of whales or some orcas or some seals floating by, or see some bears on the islands, and it's amazing, right?
It really is, and really, folks, and this is why you want to book a balcony. People say, "Oh, I won't be out on a balcony. It's gonna be too cold." But let's just say it's early in the morning, and they have the ranger aboard doing a narration about what's going on. You're not yet up on deck, and
Right.
and they announce that there's a pod of whales.
Yes.
And there you are in your pajamas and in your ocean view stateroom, which you can't see really out of, or an interior closet, or I mean stateroom, and you can't, you cannot, and there you are. You're missing the whole thing. You
Yeah.
really want to have that balcony because you don't want to miss a single thing while you're there. Javier, I have another video clip here.
Sure.
I think this would be a good time to plug this one in too. Hang on just a second. Here it comes, folks.
There's something cleansing about being in nature, being in a place that is on such a massive scale. There's a reset button.
Alaska has a rich history. People came here from all over the world. That sense of adventure, not knowing really what they were going to find.
My favorite part is seeing it through the guest eyes, watching them just light up.
It gets you excited again. It makes you realize, oh, hey, this is why I'm doing this.
It's our modern day gold rush.
Being with Holland America Line creates this connection with my guest.
They really are experts in travel.
You feel like you're a part of Alaska. It's just a different feeling here than anywhere else.
By land,
By sea,
By experts.
We are Alaska.
Oh, Javier, that brings back so many memories
Yes.
because so many of those experiences, I had those experiences during our tour, our cruise, and I saw those things, I experienced them, and folks, it just lives on. You don't ever forget about it.
Nope.
And that is what is so special about travel. It is, it enriches your lives and it gives you memories that just stay with you forever.
Yeah.
And Alaska always comes in on the top of my bucket list trips that I've done. It right up there with some of the others that I've done, but Alaska's always in the top 3 or 4 that I have done. I just can't say enough about Alaska and doing it by Holland America. Uh, you touched on this, Javier. What about promotions and special offers our clients can take advantage of right now?
Perfect, Pat. So right now we are running our ultimate upgrade event. It's running through February 28th, but there are different what we're going to call kickers that we're running through the 28th. So it's our Have It All promotion where we're including specialty dining, $100 shore excursion per person, beverage package, and also specialty dining. Based on the length of the voyage, it could be additional shore excursions, it could be additional specialty dining for you. On top of that, we are also, for this event, we are offering a special upgrade. If you book Ocean View, we'll upgrade you to a balcony. And if you're booking an inside, we'll upgrade you to an ocean view.
So this isn't just a category upgrade like balcony to balcony. This is wow.
Yep, exactly.
Don't
It's a rare upgrade.
Yeah, you do not see that very often. Frequently see the balcony to another category, 1 or 2 higher, which
Right.
basically is the same room, just a different location on the ship, folks. But this, I mean, that's major.
Yes,
That
it
is
is.
major.
It is. So it makes that balcony experience just even easier for guests to enjoy, right?
Right.
On
Right.
top of that, specifically for Alaska, through January 20th, we are including what we call crew appreciation. That was formerly gratuities. So we are including that for guests 1 and 2. On top of that, Alaska is a great multi-gen family experience. So whether it's a grandparents taking the children, taking their grandchildren on, but we are also offering 3rd and 4th passengers $75 to correlate our 75th anniversary into Alaska. So you'll get the gratuities, 3rd and 4th at $75, the upgrades plus the beverage package, everything that I mentioned. On top of that, but wait, there's more.
Whoa.
We are also including up to $200 shipboard credit per stateroom as well. So that shipboard credit you could apply towards spa, shore excursions, casino, photo, bar, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you have pretty good flexibility with that.
Wow. that is I mean, that's great. Folks, it's all date dependent. So depending on what you
Yes.
book, it's going to be which promotions will be able to apply. But just to sweeten the deal, uh, book through us and mention that you saw this Facebook broadcast. And at the time of final payment, we'll send you one of our Dancing Moon travel tote bags and a pair of highly rated compact binoculars, so you don't miss a single thing when you're there in Glacier Bay or on that tour. It will all be included. So any Holland America booking of 7 nights or more uh, that you make by the let's say I'm going to run this all the way through the end of February. As long as you've seen this broadcast, you just let us know, and we will add that to it. Javier, just real quick, uh, what would you say other than the great itineraries and the small ship? Anything else that you think really sets Hal
Yeah.
apart?
So what really caught me surprised with Holland America, since being in the industry for so long, for almost 20 years, and there's always a preconceived conception to the brand prior to myself joining. What really surprised me was the amazing culinary experience on board, from the dining room to all the specialty restaurants, from their partnership with Food and Wine magazine. I was like, wow, this is on Holland America. I was heavily impressed. All the cooking demonstration options, the wine tastings on board. It just, it correlates. It runs together with that elevated experience, right? So you're like going, exploring, touring, and coming back into this haven on board and being pampered. And then on top of that, I'm still in my 40s. I enjoy after dinner to some dancing, listening to music. But I was blown away with that BB King's Blues Club with the live music there. So a lot of opportunities to get up and dance, sing along with Billboard on board, with the dueling pianos there. The comedy on board, just all the variety of entertainment that we have. And the enrichment programs with, obviously since Alaska, you're going to have some of the shows dedicated onto the Alaska heritage, the native heritage there. So it really all ties in together, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Holland America is a great choice. If you're a foodie, if you enjoy great cuisine, and this is in the regular dining room without having to uh, you know, some of the mainline cruises have, if you splurge for one of their steakhouses and things, food is outstanding, but it's outstanding in the dining room on Holland America, and you can still choose one of the specialty restaurants, but you don't have to eat well aboard
Sure.
Holland America. That's one of the reasons I think I love it so much, and there's a couple of meals that were memorable that I still can think back to when I was aboard one of your ships. So the food is really, really good, folks. So, Javier, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and I know that you've given our audience a good bit to think about. Uh, and listeners, I hope you found your time well spent. I have a little giveaway tonight for our live listeners. You've got to be on live. This is a Murano glass wine stopper. It's beautiful. You can't see it as well here, but it's a lovely. It's got the gift box here, so it would be a great choice for to have for a little gift if you're not a wine drinker yourself. I bet you know someone who would like to have that. So if you just enter Holland America in the comments, if you're watching live, you will be entered in our drawing this evening, and somebody's going to win that lovely wine stopper. Um, and don't forget that we'd love to help you with booking that Holland America getaway. So just join us, contact us, reach out to me. It's very easy to get us here, and we would love to help you with making uh, your Holland America trip a reality. I'm Pat Hand at Dancing Moon Travel, and Javier, thank you again for
Thank
your
you,
time
Pat.
here with us. Love the chance to talk about Alaska.
Likewise. Thank you, Pat. Happy New
Okay.
Year, all.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.